Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you're doing good. We're going to do a showcase today. All Marvin Harrison cards. I got about 14 Marvin cards here. We're just going to dive in and start looking at stuff, and we'll see what we end up talking about. But all right, where do I want to start? I actually just recorded about 7 minutes of this and dropped the camera, so that was extremely frustrating. So hopefully I'll churn out a better version here. This is a recent one. 2000 Ultra, that's the Platinum Medallion for Marv. I'm not going to go in any order here. I'm just going to kind of jump from card to card and see like kind of what connects and what comes up. But yeah, just graded this one recently, 2001 Fleer Ultra. These are out of 50. Very cool. The only thing I don't like about this one is just how small Marvin is relative to the rest of the card. You get a lot of cool platinum background though. Nice rainbow foiling, flat sort of gray platinum backdrop there. Just the players kind of, front and center. Very cool. Just nice touch on the how it says Platinum Medallion sort of curved up there on the left-hand corner. So classic parallel, early 2000s. All this stuff is going to be from 2000 to 2006, I think is my oldest or newest Marvin card. So all in that sort of era. Most of it will be 2000 and 2001, but all right, so we got the Ultra Platinum there. Let's go from there to, let's see, what do we do next? Let's do another 2001 card. This is an interesting one. This is the 2001 Quantum Leaf Star Factor X Fractor. So these are out of 25. Foil card, insert set, PSA 7 there. Really, really nice stuff. Really shiny. Very, very, very cool set. These are super rare, super hard to find. Some of them can get pretty pricey for your Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, those types. Always thought the back of these were really cool too. 21 to 25, just a really elegant look. That early Donruss stuff is something I've always been quite a fan of. So really like the back of this card. Kind of nice there. You got two sevens, two sharp looking cards from 01 for Marv. All right, let's see what else. We got another 01 here. This is the Donruss Elite. This is the Aspirations out of 12. This is what I had sent to SGC before I started grading more with PSA, but copy 12 of 12 there. Really shiny card. We'll see more of these from Elite, but this is the 01 here. So the out of 12 stuff, I guess I have we'll see the 06 X Fractor, which is out of 10, but otherwise these out of 12s are my lowest serial numbered Marvin stuff. 01's cool. It's not nearly as good as 2000 in my opinion, but you can see the back there. But it's a nice set, nice and shiny. I don't really like focus on it beyond, a couple of the Colts guys, but I always thought that Marv was a pretty sharp looking card. I think, compared to these other two, I think these two kind of look better. I guess it depends on where the lighting is, but you got that sort of red look to it. I like these two better and probably like that one best out of those three. All right, so 01, that's the 01 stuff. Let's look at, here's an 03 Donruss Elite Aspiration. So this is out of 12 also. Let's put all the 12s next to each other. Got this one from an Instagram buddy. The Couchman. Just bought this directly from him. He's a Colts collector. PSA 9 there, 5 of 12. I like this one way more than the 01. Way nicer. I love the color match with the blue. Copy 5 of 12 there. 2003, 2000, and then 2099 or 2003 would be my second favorite year. But these look just super cool, like the texture. Really, really unique stuff on those 03s. Let's see if I can get a little more light on it. Yeah, that's a cool looking card. So that's 01, 03. 2000, obviously, let's throw that up there. The out of 12. So we got the, I think I had the 05 at 1.2 and sold it. Or no, I had the, maybe it was the 04. I just wasn't really crazy about that year. This is the 2000 out of 12. That's obviously my preferred year for this stuff, but yeah, very cool one. So that's number 8 of 12. Then we got number 12 of 12. Then we got number 5. So that's 2000, 2001, 2003. I'm not trying to get all the years. I don't even like 02. 04 is fine, but I already had it and sold it, so I don't really see myself trying to buy that again. 06, I'm not really crazy about. 07, not crazy about. 99 would be fine, but even, it's not something I have to have or anything like that. The only one I really consider that I absolutely have to have is this one. I could see myself even selling this one at some point. This one I probably kind of feel like I would be unlikely to sell it. I just think that looks so cool with the blue. I just think that's such a badass look. But yeah, this is more of a must-have. If I start selling these kind of cards, then it's like, if I sold this one, then I'd probably just kind of open the floodgates to selling a lot of my 2000 Elite stuff, and that's really not something that I want to do. So we got that. Let's leave this one up. Oh shit, let's leave that one up there. Pair that up with the, let's pair that up with the status. So I just got this one back from PSA fairly recently, and I guess you could say this one probably looks better just because it's kind of gold and yellow, but or shinier than the red. But obviously the one on the left, more rare, out of 12, and this one's out of 88. But aesthetically, I think this one looks probably way better just based on the colors. PSA 7 there. So again, it's just like, these are just so connected that those are just the types of cards that just really pull a collection together for a player or a set or anything like that. So very, very cool. You got the intertexture there that I always like to talk about, but yeah, just really sharp looking stuff. Yeah, there you go. You can really see it there in the middle of the card. So that's the Elite from 2000. Now we've got sort of the big three here, the big three from 2000 Elite. And what the big three are is the base card. So that's the base card. And then a couple of these inserts. So this is the turn of the century die cut. This is one I'm going to snap out and send to PSA. This is out of 21, so it's just a little bit higher number than the 12, and these are super hard to find. Obviously tough to get nice grades on too, so I don't know, part of me doesn't want to snap it out and send it to PSA just because, you know, I won't be, you know, who knows what it'll come back, but yeah, I have this for Peyton and Edge too, so they're all sort of aligned. So let's take the 88 out of here. So we've got the turn of the century. So you got the rarest base card out of 12, the turn of the century die cut out of 21, and then the Master Craftsman is the other big insert from the set. Those are out of 50, and that's this one here. That's a PSA 8. Again, just really cool stuff. Really great shine, really great foiling. Show you the back of these here. It's number 30 of 50 there. Early Marvin stuff. Then we've got the back of this one. This is number 15 of 21. Okay. Then I'll show you the back here. It's the base card. So nice card backs. That's the big three right there from 2000 Elite. Those cards are hard to find, and obviously I just sort of put it together slowly over the years, but pretty cool stuff. Definitely an accomplishment. I have, you know, the Peyton and the Edge, you know, in that same sort of format, so all 9 of those together is pretty cool. I need to stay organized here so I don't forget which cards I've already talked about, but okay, so we already talked about those. Okay, so that's the Elite stuff. Okay, so I think we've got all the Elite stuff kind of covered there. So, you know, 2000, obviously, talk about all the time. That's a really, you know, big fundamental piece of my Colts stuff, and it's really sort of the heart of it. But there's other brands. Let's talk about Upper Deck. I've got the couple big 2000 Upper Deck cards here. I've got the SPX Spectrum, and I've got the patch card, hand numbered. So let's talk about the Spectrum first. This might be my best looking, one of my best looking Marv cards. The more I look at these, the more I appreciate them. And I used to think that like the 2000 Elite stuff was just kind of the top of the top for me, but the more I look at these, like, I don't know, like that Upper Deck, that foiling on that big X on the right side is just really special. Like, it just kind of sneaks up on you over time. It's, you know, it's a cool card or whatever, but you don't realize just how cool it is. That one looks pretty sick. I think the problem with that red one is just a little dark, like compared to the gold. That's why I'm glad the Peyton obviously is the lower number one is the light colored, but yeah, I mean, it's cool, but it's just, I don't know, something about that red kind of dulls it a little bit. But these, just the combination of the shine and the rainbowing in that sort of just big pattern, it's pretty wild. Obviously got this for all the Colts guys. It's just such a sick card. But then we got the patch here. These are just insanely rare. Out of 25. I've talked about it before. It kind of drives me nuts that that's a little bit faint, like the hand numbering. It's probably just faded or whatever, but it's not enough to make me too mad about the card. It's just also not crazy about that photograph. I like the big sort of sepia background image though. I think that's pretty cool, but these are, I mean, some of the earliest, you know, game used Upper Deck patch cards. They did it in 99, and I don't remember if they had one in 98. They had jerseys before that, but not these sort of like big chunky, you know, 2-color patches with stitches and all that. So obviously a lot more of that would come later on, but show you the back. These, I mean, these were like so impossible to pull. We're talking like, you know, 1 in 8,000 whatever packs, just insane back then. I remember opening hobby boxes of this for 65, 70 bucks, whatever it was. And I pulled a couple of the jersey cards, but never a patch card. So getting it, you know, 25 years later is pretty wild. But yeah, Upper Deck is something like I don't have probably enough of, but I should probably think about it a little bit more, because just looking at those two cards definitely feels very, very special, like early 2000s Upper Deck. Really cool stuff, and so much focus now obviously is on the top, the finest stuff, and the, you know, the 90s, the Skybox, the Rubies, the whatever, all those kind of cards that are really popular on Instagram and stuff. But Upper Deck had some pretty slick stuff, and it's just, I mean, just because it's not shiny or whatever doesn't mean it's not like very, very cool and very, very sort of nostalgic and all that kind of a thing. So I think if you were from this era and you're looking at these cards now, you kind of know what I'm talking about, and you can kind of imagine just how kind of coveted this stuff was back then. And I think, if you know, it's kind of wild to think about it, but it might still be a little bit under the radar. So something I'll have to think about. But yeah, that's the Upper Deck stuff. Let's close out with the gold stuff. I think this is obviously the big bopper here. That's the 06 finest gold X-Fractor. I've got the 03 Topps Chrome gold X-Fractor. Now this one's out of 101, this one's out of 10, so obviously 10 to 1 in the scarcity department. I think the photograph on that one is far superior. I don't even like that photograph, to be completely honest. It's fine, but it's not special in any way. This is a very cool image. But obviously the finest, the 06 finest, the 05 finest have just become just such, you know, grail type cards for player PCs and that type of thing. The full gold background, obviously just impossible to find. Just, you know, not a whole lot to say about those. These are highly collectible too. I feel it's just you can find them easier, obviously, out of 101, but they're not like just available all the time. I mean, I don't even know if there's one for Marv on eBay. There's usually one for Peyton, just because the Peytons usually run about $400, so somebody's usually trying to sell one. But yeah, the Marv is not one you see every day. Definitely such a cool card with that lower third and that classic. They do that Topps design every 10 years or whatever with the lower third. They just did it in 2023 and baseball and that type of thing. And so pretty cool stuff. Definitely cool to have both those. I've got the 02 here. This is the Bowman Chrome Gold out of 50. So right in the middle between the 10 and 100. So great shine on those. Obviously the etching. Neat photograph, not mind-blowing like the 03 is, but it's a very cool card. And these are, I think these have to be pretty condition sensitive cards. I mean, I've seen these, I graded this myself, and I remember I've had these, you know, with like bad surfaces and that type of thing for other players, and I remember just being really impressed with how clean this one looked. So I was pretty happy it got rewarded with a nice grade. I'd like to have this in a PSA case, but I don't think I'd risk, well, I don't know, I could probably snap it out and I just don't want it to come back like an 8 or something. You never know, like when you're doing that type of thing. SGC and PSA think quite differently about grades. So yeah, I don't know, I might just kind of let this sit where it is, but that's a very, very cool card. And then one more, this is not a chrome card, but I think it's super cool. This is the 05 Leaf, certified out of 25, gold, PSA 8 there. These are out of 25. Really nice design, nice shiny gold background. Just kind of gets overlooked because it's Leaf, because it's not chrome, which is weird because like the early stuff, like the certified and whatever, can get pretty pricey, like the early 2000s, but then when you get to like these middle 2000 sets, they're just kind of like not really anybody paying attention to them. So yeah, just is what it is. But yeah, that's the Marv gold stuff. But yeah, so cool showcase. Hope you enjoyed checking out some Marvin Harrison cards. I'm gonna try to do this with more of my different segments of my cards, whether it's players or sets or categories or whatever. I usually do sort of one-offs, this card, that card, you know, all sorts of different categories, but I want to try to do some more focused videos like this in the future. So just, yeah, let me know if you enjoy this. Otherwise, take it easy. I'll see you again soon. Later.